In this lesson, we're going to put together our law sines and our law cosines and solve some real-world problems. A lot of them are going to be set up for you, but even if they aren't, you still need to, or even if they are and there aren't, you still need to draw a picture, one that you can write on, draw your own angles in and everything. Label all your known information, stuff you know, stuff you need to know. Solve for your unknown information. I always like to circle what I'm looking for so that I know in the end that I found it. Okay, a boat race. The course for a boat race starts at point A and proceeds in the direction of south 52 degrees west to point B, and then in the direction of south 40 degrees east to point C, and finally back to point A. Point C lies 8 kilometers directly south of point A. Approximate the total distance for the race course. So what I'm looking for is the perimeter. So we need to figure out a few angles in here that aren't given. BD and AC are parallel. So we know this angle right in here has to be 40 degrees as well. And then if we take 180 and subtract 52 and we get 128, and then if we subtract 40, we have 88 degrees left. So that's in here in case we need it. Okay, the perimeter. Looks like I have my angles in one side, so let's do law of sines. If I can set up for angle B, and we know side B, so I can say sine of 88 over 8 equals sine of A, which is 52, over, we don't know, little a, which is equal to sine of 40 over, we don't know, little c. Okay. So if I cross to find A, I'm going to have 8 times sine 52 equals A sine 88. Solve for A, be 8 sine 52 divided by sine 88 comes out to be 6.308. And then if I do the same thing for C, you want to make sure you refer back to your known ratio. So now I have C sine 88 equals 8 sine 40. So C equals 8 sine 40 over sine 88. Comes out to be 5.145. And make sure this seems reasonable. This is my largest angle across from my largest side, yes. And my smallest angle across from my smallest side, yes. We need to add them all up for our final answer. So that's going to be 8 plus 6.308 plus 5.145 . Now we've got 19.453 kilometers. Not too bad of a problem, but if it wasn't set up for you, you would have had a lot of drawing to do. You've got to analyze. You did have to know that these were parallel in order to even get started. So, okay, pitcher's mound on a women's softball field is 43 feet from home plate, and the distance between the bases is 60 feet. The pitcher's mound is not halfway between home plate and second base. How far is the pitcher's mound from first base? Okay, they've pretty much drawn you a good picture here. We've got side, angle, side. So given side, angle, side, I'm going to be setting up law cosines. And so, let's see, we're going to start with our h squared equals 43 squared plus 60 squared minus 2 times 43 times 60 times cosine 45. And I'm going to have to take the square root of that answer. H comes out to be 42.430, and that is in feet. Okay, one more problem. A ship travels 60 miles due east. Adjust its course northward as shown. After traveling 80 miles, the new direction, the ship is 139 miles from its point of departure. Describe the bearing from point B to point C. So we are looking for the angle. Let's see, it was going this way, and then it turned up this way. So we are looking for this angle. Or we could be looking for from the north that way. Either way, we'll do it both ways. Okay. I'll erase this so we have a clean picture. Either way, we need to find angle B. So if I don't know angle B, I definitely want to start with B squared. Again, this is going to be law cosines. And you know this because you can't set up an entire ratio that has an angle and a side with it. When you can't set up an entire ratio for law sines, you've got to jump to law cosines. So we're going to start with B squared. 139 squared equals 60 squared plus 80 squared minus 2 times 60 times 80 times the cosine of B. So in my calculator, I'm going to be putting in 139 squared minus 60 squared minus 80 squared divided by negative 2 times 60 times 80, and that's going to equal cosine B, so I'm going to have to inverse cosine that number. And we come out with an angle B equal to 166.153 degrees. So we found this inside angle. Okay, now how to word my answer. Okay, if this is angle B, I could take 90 of it off. That way I can give my bearing from the north to the east. So if I take off 90, now I have 76.153 degrees, and we're going to say that's from the north, 76 degrees east.